It's that time of year when the leaves start to change colors. We can go up to the mountains here. We're in South Carolina, so we go right across the border to North Carolina and go apple picking. And one of the best things that you can get when you go are apple cider donuts. If you've never had one, you got to try them, but I'd recommend trying this version because it's going to be low carb, keto friendly, diabetic friendly, and delicious. Hey, this is Victor with your Best Body Blueprint, and we're going to talk about these apple cider donuts. Now, if you've ever had them, you know how delicious they are. But one of the best things about this recipe, you don't have to pick any apples to do it. You can just go to the mountains, enjoy all the leaves changing color, and make these right at home, low carb, and just as delicious. Buttery sweet topping on them. They're made with almond flour and a few other ingredients. So let's just get right into it, and I'll show you how to make them. So here are all the ingredients you're going to need for these apple cider donuts. You're going to need 3 large eggs. You're going to need some sour cream. You're going to need your favorite sweetener. And this is the one I like for baking. Splenda used to be really bad and put maltodextrin and all kind of things in here. This right here is only erythritol, allulose, and stevia leaf extract. So I think they may be listening to us. No, we don't want all the crap in there. Some almond flour. You're going to need some vanilla extract. I get this one at Sam's. Some baking powder. Some ground cinnamon. Some salt. You're going to need some apple extract. And I'll put the link down below for this. I get it off Amazon. You're going to need 1/3 of a cup of water. You're going to need some apple cider vinegar. And you're going to need some butter, and Kerrygold is the best you can get. I'll make a video about that all on its own, about grass-fed beef, grass-fed dairy. So I'm going to measure everything out. I'll come back and make you some donuts that are easy enough for me to make. I'll see you in a minute. And I'm preheating my oven to 325 degrees. I have all my wet ingredients and my dry ingredients mixed together separately. But in here I've got the egg, sour cream, I've got the apple extract and the apple cider vinegar. I'm going to melt this butter, and I got some water. And in here is the almond flour, the sweetener, cinnamon, and salt. And by the way, on this Kerrygold butter, I use the salted butter also. I used to only use unsalted butter in anything that was sweet, but I found out that salt in there really brings out the sweetness, and you don't have to use as much sweetener. So I'm just going to whisk all these dry ingredients together until they're really well combined. Let me work that in, make sure it's all good. And we'll start adding in the wet ingredients. So that is really well combined, so we're going to go ahead and add in the apple cider vinegar and apple extract. We're going to add in the sour cream. No, we're not. I'll do that last. We're going to add in the water. Add in the eggs. Hey, that sour cream wasn't coming out for me. I told y'all I couldn't bake. But hey, I got a spatula and I got that fool out. Now I'm going to add that melted butter in. And another thing I can't do is film this and mix this up too. So I'm just going to mix it up till it makes a batter. And I'll show you what it looks like when I get done. So that's what it looks like when I mix it up for a minute. Just a nice batter like that. So I'm going to get my donut pans out. I'm going to spray them with avocado oil, and we're going to put these donuts in. Hey, and there might be a better way to do this, but I'm just going to take some of this batter. I'm just going to spread it in here. I'm just going to spread them out real good in each one of these until it kind of fills in all the way around. And then I'll come back once I got them full. All right, so I got these all poured out. They fit into my donut pans perfectly. So I got 8 of these donuts. I'm going to put them in the oven, 325 for 20 minutes, and we're going to take them out. I try to clean up around these edges and stuff. I think I'm just too messy to bake stuff. I don't know. When I get done cooking, the kitchen looks like a war zone, so maybe I'm just not neat enough to bake. I don't know. Hey, they come out good though. We are almost there. So as soon as these are ready, I'm just going to take them out of the oven. I'm going to put them on the stove for 10 minutes to cool. And then after that, I'm going to put them on a wire rack to cool completely. And while that's happening, I'm going to make the glaze for the top. So those are not quite golden enough. I'm going to put them in for 5 more minutes. So in the meantime, I'm just going to take some melted butter. That's 4 teaspoons of melted butter, or a 1/4 cup. I'm going to take a 1/4 cup of this sweetener. And 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Now if you don't like cinnamon, you don't want to use that much. I'd say maybe 1 teaspoon, but I love cinnamon. So I'm just going to mix this up like this. It's going to get a little thicker, and we're going to pour it right over the top of the donuts. So I just took these out. See how they're getting a little bit brown, and they're brown around the edges? That means they are done. So I'm going to put a timer on for 10 minutes, and we're going to let them sit for 10, and we're going to flip them out onto a metal cooling rack. So after these have cooled for 10 minutes, I'm going to turn them onto this cooling rack to fully cool. So this is what they look like when they come out. I'll let them cool for 10 minutes, and I'm going to put them back in those molds and put the topping on them. So now these are cooled. I'm just going to go ahead and just put a little bit of this all over the top, just like that. So I'm going to do the rest of them, and I will show you what it looks like when I'm done. I almost forgot to show you what they look like when they're done. I'm delivering these to somebody. This is what they look like once they're finished, and you are going to love them. And like I said, if you see me bake anything, rest assured you can bake it, because I am not a baker. If I can do it and it turns out like this, anybody can do it. I hope y'all enjoy these donuts. They're one of my favorite part of this time of year. And you can have these without worrying about spiking your blood sugar, getting out of ketosis, or feeling terrible after you eat them. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. And if you like content like this, look right down there and you can subscribe. If you hit the bell that's right there, you'll be notified anytime I do a new video. So just go enjoy the mountains. Don't worry about picking the apples. Make some of these. And I'll have a lot of other fall recipes coming out soon. So make sure you check those out also. I'll see you on the next video, and get your health right.